Hey guys, welcome back. It's Jack from casinoincomeacademy.com, your place to take casino games and turn them into an actual business, an asset class, a paycheck generator. We use the best money management, conservative as can be. We take the gamble out of gambling. Now, there are still risks. Nobody can completely remove the risks. But remember, volatility is your friend. If you're trading in the stock market, if you're doing crypto, if you're doing options or any of these things, the only way you can make money is because there is volatility. So if you want to remove the volatility completely, well, go put your money in a CD and you'll make maybe 1 or 2% a year, and that's not really changing anybody's life. If you want to control the volatility and figure out a strategy and learn from us how we make money despite the volatility and to lessen the volatility, then join us over at Casino Income Academy. You just go over to Casino Income Academy. You can click here on the Enroll Free button or any of the buttons. Sign up for the free newsletter, and you will then get discount codes for all of our digital courses and products, as well as free strategies and all kinds of information. Right now, everybody that joins is also getting an actual $200 real money savings card for hotels. So you're going to get a $200 hotel savings card that will arrive in your inbox within 2 weeks. So that's the story. Come over and join us. And I'm going to show you right now, by the time you see this video, I'm probably on my cruise. I'm doing this before we jump on the cruise to just show you guys one of the strategies we'll be using on the cruise ship. This is an oldie but a goodie from us that we have adapted the bet selection to now be utilized with Faction 3, which is one of our favorite money management concepts. So, as always, I tell everybody, nothing is the holy grail. You have to have a stop loss in mind. And even more important with systems like this, you have to have a reasonable win target. You don't sit down and just play and play and play. So for me, the win target is usually between 4 to 7 units, and I quit for the session. So let me show you how this thing works. I showed this a few weeks ago. You can go back and watch that video where I went through ChatGPT and shown you what the actual probabilities and odds are and why we like this system. We're going to be using only the even money bets on the bottom here. That's it. You don't have to worry about anything else going on. You can play this on the electronic version of roulette or the table version. At whatever minimum you can possibly play, it's up to you. All right. So what I showed in that other video was the odds are in our favor stacked, that consecutive results that go 1 through 18, even, red, black, odd, and 19 through 36 do not happen very often. I'm not saying that they can't happen. I'm telling you that a series of even money bets in sequence has a formula. And you can go back to that video and watch the exact math if you want to see that. And it was about 2 weeks ago. Just go to our YouTube channel. And while you're on our YouTube channel, put in 6 across and it'll pop up. And you can see all the ChatGPT formulas. So we are basically, when we're going from left to right, we are daring the casino, the wheel, for the next spins to go exactly the opposite, which means go right to left. And it means it has to go all the way through these for us to lose, right? Or if we're going from right to left, it's the opposite. It would have to go all the way from the left to the even, to the red, to the black, okay? So the best way to show you is to just do it. We're going to start on the left side, and then when we lose, I'm going to show you the money management. So here we go. And we're only looking for I'm only looking for 4 to 6 units. That's the way I play. Okay, so there's an instant win. So we're up right now 1 unit. When we win on the first shot, there is no money management. It doesn't trigger us in. and it's an instant reset. So what I do, you don't have to do this. The odds don't change. If I win going left to right, I switch to going right to left. You don't have to do it. The odds do not change, but I'm going to now go right to left. So when I go right to left, I'm daring it to not go left to right in order. And here we go. Okay, that's a loss. So when we get a loss is when we're triggered in to our money management. This is faction 3. It means that we're going to have sequences of 3. We only get triggered in from the loss. So we do not go up on our next bet. We use conservative money management. That is the secret sauce. We marry the money management with a bet selection that puts it in our favor, some level of probability or odds. So here we go. So now we lost. So we're going to move right to left. We are not going to go up on our bet because we only review a progression after we have finished the sequence. So we moved right to left and now we're on odd. So for it to beat us, it would have had to have gone 1 through 18, which it did. Oh, no, it did not. I'm sorry. Yes, it did. It did. 1 through 18. And now it would have to go even, which means it's following the sequence of left to right. Okay, so let's keep going. And we win. So watch what we do here. It's very important. When you write down an L and a W, these are even money bets. We had a loss and a win. They cancel each other out. So what we do in this scenario when we're on a level 1 here, where we're not inside of a sequence, is this automatically is a reset point. Okay? We're out of the faction 3. We're going to remove that. And we're back to where we were. We're up 1 unit. And now we're going to start from the left side. Or at least that's what I'm going to do. Right? And here we go again. Okay, we're back in our faction 3. We're going to put an L in our little grid. And remember, we're not going up on our bet, but we're going to move to the right now, since we're going left to right, and we're going to be uneven. And we win. So what did we just do? We didn't risk any extra money. We didn't do any crazy progressions, and we have another break even. So we're going to restart again. And we're still up 1 unit, and we're going to start this time from the right side. Okay, we had another single loss. So we're in our faction 3, and we're going to move from the right to the left to odd. And this is the second bet in the sequence. And that's another win. So it's an L and a W again, which cancels each other out. So you guys should get the feeling for this. Now, you haven't seen the whole progression and how it works yet, so you got to stick around. We're going to restart now from the left to the right again. And we're not getting lucky on our first level bets. So that's an L again. And we're going to move left to right, and we're uneven. And that's a second L. So, oops, that's not where that goes. It goes here. So now it's not a reset anymore because we have 2 L's, and this is a 3-sequence betting progression. We don't go up because we're not finished with the sequence. But we know this is going to be a losing sequence, right? So now we're just going to clear it and go 1 to the right, which is red. And we win. Now, let's evaluate. We're back to break even now. Okay? Now, it's just the way that it worked out here. So, when you look at this, this is a losing sequence, right? This is a losing sequence. 2 L's and 1 W. What that normally does is it triggers us for the next sequence to go up 1 unit for the next sequence. However, common sense, we're back at break even. We never want to take more risk than we need to. We are not down any money. Is there a need for moving the sequence to over here in our money management and going up a unit? Is there really a reason for that when we're already at break even? No. So this time, we're going to cancel that out. We're back at break even. Just use your brain. And we're just going to restart. And we're not going to take the extra risk of going up. Okay, that was 18. That was red. I don't remember what direction we were going in. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to start from over here. Okay? And here we go. And of course I picked completely wrong. So that's an L. And what are we going to do? We're going right to left. We're at our base, $10. 2 L's. So we know we have to finish the sequence because it's a 3 sequence. And we're moving to the black. So we're daring it now to do 3 in a row in this direction. And it doesn't do it, which it normally doesn't. But look where we're at now. We're down a unit, right? We're down a unit, and we just finished a losing sequence. So now a losing sequence, we're not at break even or higher. So we're going to follow the rule, and we're going to start our next sequence 1 unit up. And because we had a win, we're going to start from the left to the right now. And it's going to be 2 units starting at 1 through 18. Okay, that's an L. So we're starting the second sequence with an L. No big deal. No stress. We're going to do our 2 units on even now. And we win. Okay, time to evaluate. Where are we at? We're down 10. We're going to finish this sequence. But understand that if you're close to where you were, an L and a W most of the time for us is a break even. And you'll see what that means. This was a break even. And we would just cancel this out and restart. We're going to finish the sequence. If you wanted to play it even more conservative, you could cancel these out and say I'm only down 1 unit and return to the base. Absolutely 100% that's the conservative approach. Okay? As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the most conservative approach and say we're only down 1 unit and we just had an L and a W. And I'm just going to restart even though we're down 1 unit. So now we're going to start, I think we start from here now. And I'm going right back to the base. All right, L. We're going to go to odd for the $10 because it's the base. And we win. So here is that perfect scenario. It's an L and a W. There's no reason to finish the sequence here since we're at the base. There's no reason to. We're just going to consider that a wash. We did win, and we're going to start from the other side. And we're still down 1 unit. And that's a loss. And what's happening is we're getting a lot of first shot losses. That's been the problem at the moment. So here we go, and we're going to move to the right. And that's a win. So again, we're in that situation where it's a first tier sequence, L and a W. It's a break even. Just cancel it out. And move to the other side. And there's a win on the first bet. So we don't get into the sequence when we have a single win on the first bet. We just restart from the opposite side. So now we're back to break even and we're ready to roll. We were never down more than a couple of units. Do you know what would have happened if you martingaled and did what most of these channels tell you to do? You'd be betting gigantic at this point. We never bet anything more than I think 2 units. Here we go. and we're in position. There you go. Another win. So that's 2 first bet opportunity wins. We're back up 1 unit. We restart from the other side. We win again. That's 3. And you see how we put ourselves in position? We just rode the wave. We didn't wait for anything stupid. We're up 2 units now. We flip to the other side. Okay. We get a loss. We're in faction 3. And we're going to move to even. Over here, we're moving left to right. Same bet. Okay, 2 L's. Same bet, but we're moving to the red. Okay, 3rd L, we lost the sequence. So now we're going up a unit, right? We're here, we're going up a unit, and we're on black. And we win. So where does that put us? We're up a unit. Do we have to continue in this sequence here at the higher level, the 2 units? No. Why would you do that? Why take that risk if you go on a little bit of a losing streak? You're up a unit. We're only looking to make 4 to 6 units, remember? Don't fight it. Don't fight the waves. That's how the casino takes your money. So here we go. We're restarting from the right side. We're in position. We're up 1 unit. Okay. You see why you don't fight it? We move to the odd. We're moving right to left. We get another L. That's why you go back to the base as fast as you can. Okay, another losing sequence, right? Not much luck there. So now we're going to go up to 2 units because we had a losing sequence. We're going up a unit. We're at 2 units on red. And that's a start of another loss. So you see how that's why you have to do baby steps. That's the key to a slow progression. We're still in our 2 unit bet now, and we're moving to even. And we win. All right. Where are we at in the bigger picture? We're down 2 units now. Okay? We're down 2 units. So, you can either do what I've been doing, the conservative approach. You're only down 2 units. And do a restart, which is what we've been doing. But now we're down 2 units instead of 1. If you don't want to do ultra conservative, then finish out this sequence, the 2 unit sequence. So let's do that. I think we started from the right before we had this win, so we're going to start from the left, and we're going to keep it at 2 units and finish out this sequence, this faction 3 sequence. We haven't done that yet, but we're going to do it now. And win. So you see there is a positive sometimes. You have to determine whether this sequence for you, how you want to handle the LW. And you need to simulate this over and over and over again to understand what you're comfortable with. Now, by getting the win, this is a winning sequence, right? This is a winning sequence. So where does that put us? Back to even. You know damn well that I am not staying at a 2 unit bet. There's no chance in hell of that happening. I'm back to the base, and here we go. L. 1 unit here. Move from right to left. It's a win. Now that is an LW break even on a first tier, on the base level. That's always going to be a reset. So we pull it down. We're back to even, and we start from the other side. Beautiful. First bet win. Many of these sessions end very quickly because we get our first bet wins. That just hasn't happened enough. So we're going to pull it down. We're up 1 unit again. We're only looking for 4, 5, 6 units maximum. So here we go. We flip to the other side, and nothing to do with faction 3 because it was a first bet win. Only on the loss do we get triggered in. Okay, and there is the loss. So we're going to pull it down and move from right to left. Loss number 2. Pull it down and move right to left. We're on the black. That's a win. Okay, it's a losing sequence though. So we have to go up for our next sequence to 2 units. And now we're going left to right. And it's a win, right? All right. So what do we want to do here? We're up 2 units. Of course you know what we want to do here. We're going to go back. And we're going to restart. We're up our 2 units. Why would you stay up at the higher level? Flip here. I think that's the right where we were. Okay, so it's a single win. We don't go into faction 5. Faction 3. We're up 3 units. You see how quickly it can happen? Sometimes you have to go through those bumps in the road. I restarted on the left, base level. Boom. You see how the wins come in clumps? We're up 4 units now. You can quit here. You're up 4 units. You're up $40. This time it took a little longer, right? Maybe it took 10, 12 minutes. Whatever it is since I started playing. Sometimes it happens in 3 minutes. But for me, let me explain to you the mentality here, the psychology. That one took a little longer, right? But I got to my 4 unit zone. I would quit right here. I wouldn't even push it for the 5 or 6 because this session took a little longer. I'm locking up this. I'm doing my CPR method that I taught you guys. Collect, play, repeat. I just collected 4 units. I banked it. I'm done. I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I would take a break and I'd come back and I would play the next sequence. Okay? So just remember when you use faction 3, single wins doesn't get you into money management. The first loss is what triggers you into the money management. If you get an LW, it's a break even, it's a reset. But if you get an LL, like that, you finish the sequence, whether it's going to be an L or a W. Whatever it is, you're going to lose this sequence. Sequence number 2 starts up, a 1 unit up. And if it starts with a win, this is 2 units won, and you lost 3, which means you're only down 1 unit. For me, that always means I'm going back to the base. I'm canceling these out, I'm going back to the base. That's up to you. But if it starts with an L, you can't stop. An L and a W, right? You can look and verify what you want to do with this. But normally you're going to, well, I shouldn't say normally. You have the choice here of playing it ultra conservative and going back to the base or finishing the sequence of 3, which could look like this. And if that happens, you're on to the 3rd sequence and you're adding another unit. Always reevaluate and use common sense, and always go back to the base as super fast as possible. All right, so this is one of the systems that I use on a regular basis, on electronic and traditional. This is called 6 across. That's what I call it. The magic is built by the probability that tells us that the logic of it going exactly in this direction, exactly consecutively, or in this direction is in our favor. It's in our favor. Okay? Does that mean you cannot lose? Of course it doesn't mean that. You still have to develop whatever stop loss you want there to be. Whatever forced reset you want. Anything can lose. we create systems and strategies that put us in the best position to maximize our chances in tiny windows to pull profits, meaning collect tickets. This is a system that has worked for many, many years, and we made it better by using the Faction 3 money management. Okay? This is really the secret sauce, slowing up the progressions. You have to have patience. We were going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We were down 1 unit, we were down 1 unit, we were up 1 unit, we were down 1 unit. If you don't have the patience, that's on you. I can't help you. But if you have the patience and you treat this like it should be, like a paycheck generator, then you'll be rewarded more times than not. Quit with any profit. Lock in, collect the ticket, and come back later. So we would walk away, and I'm going to be on the boat. I would quit, especially after that session that took a few minutes, and I would take a deep breath. I'd walk around, I'd clear my head, I'd say, wow, look at this great ticket that I just pulled. Or if it's on the real table, look at these chips I just locked in. I locked in a $40 profit or a 4-unit profit. I'm thrilled to death. It's a positive. It's a plus sign on my log. I want plus after plus after plus. I don't care if it's 4 units. I don't care if it's 7 or 6 or 5 or 3. I don't care. I am the worst enemy of the casino. 99% of people are the best friend of the casino. Joe Donator, he's never satisfied. He just keeps playing. And then when he loses, he blames it on the table. He blames it on bad luck. He says he has a black cloud following him. He says it must be a rigged game. Nobody wins. Nobody wins? No, you don't win because you have no clue what you're doing and you have no money management. That's the real story. Well, I will see you on the next video, guys. And remember, jump on over to Casino Income Academy and make sure that you are enrolled for free so you get all the benefits and the $200 hotel saver card, the newsletter, the free strategies, and the discount codes. If you do not have a discount code, let me see if I can pop over here. This is our latest issue right here. And you see this new strategy module right here. This was released last week. It's our latest digital course. It's to make a just amazing amount of money playing bubblecraps or craps. It is an incredible, absolutely incredible set of 7 strategies that we teach you fully. The money management, how to play them, and everything else. And if you click here, you can get the discount code. And then when you go over to, why isn't that working? If you go back over to digital courses, you can purchase that course right here, AI Bubblecraps Blueprint, and it's going to ask you for a promo code, and you're going to get a discount on this. So that's the story. Take advantage of it. We are already getting incredible feedback on the systems that are in AI Bubblecraps Blueprint. Incredible feedback. So we will see you on the inside of Casino Income Academy. Make sure you take advantage of the discount code and this new module that came out last week, because this price will not be the price forever. We're doing this to make sure everybody gets a chance to own this incredible income generation system. And we'll see you on the next video. Wish me luck on the cruise. I'm going to have a great time, and we'll see you when I get back.